Hello once again, and welcome back to another episode of Movie Deputy Reviews, where you get the one, the only movie deputy to interrogate these movies for plot and content, bringing you the most interesting, at least I hope so, reviews that you'll find out there, because I don't focus on the Hollywood gobbledygook. I look at the story, how well the story is told, who the target audience is, etc., etc., etc. If this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you become a regular, and if you are a regular listener, I love you to pieces. So, am I a little bit over the top this morning? Yes, maybe because I have not yet been to bed. Some days are just like that, and I apologize about yesterday. Occasionally with some of the health issues and stuff I'm dealing with, I just can't drag my ass in here. Forgive the language. Mind you, I don't have a long way to go to my recording studio here in my office. I just literally have to go across my house, which is kind of nice because I work from home. So that makes it a pretty easy commute. But sometimes it's just difficult physically, emotionally, and I was having a really rough day yesterday, so I want to apologize. But I'm not going to get too stuck on this. Today we are talking about a movie that came out in 2024. And this one, I came into this one with a very skeptical idea in my head. Because, okay, I grew up in what I think is the coolest generation ever. I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s and 90s. Just loving this. But being that I was born in 74 and have grown up from there, I got to know the very first generation of Transformers. I remember when Transformers were brand new. Like, nobody had ever even seen these. And you got these little robots that turn into these cars. And, okay, I was not your typical Barbie girl at all. Just like, I wanted Hot Wheels, I wanted Matchbox, I wanted etc. I honestly didn't even get my first Barbie until I was 12 years old. If I went to somebody's house and they had those, it's like, yes, I played with them and everything, but the toys that I wanted were the ones that I could play outside with, and I was the traditional tomboy, however you want to put it on that. And no, it didn't mean that I was identifying as a boy. I just had more fun playing with cars and trucks and digging through the dirt and just getting down and dirty. It's like, that was just fun to me. So when Transformers came out, I could not wait. And thankfully, I passed that love on of Transformers to our son. And one of the years he asked Santa for Christmas is he wanted Optimus Prime. And it was just so cool because, of course, Santa came and he ended up with Optimus Prime on Christmas morning. And his face lit up like no other. But how many of us really know the origin story of the Transformers besides just the toys? Yeah, I kind of thought so. Yeah, I didn't honestly know much about him either, even though I've always been a fan. Optimus is, of course, my favorite, but I like Megatron, too. And then, okay, come on. I am totally fangirling out with these new toys. They're voice-activated like Transformers. You can get Megatron, you can get Bumblebee, you can get Optimus Prime, and they're these voice-activated. They're like $600. So it's a little bit out of my price range. But these things are awesome. If you have not seen them yet, go just just Google voice-activated Transformers. And like I said, these things are awesome. When I first saw the video of one of these, I'm going, oh my God, I want one of those so bad. And if I had an unlimited budget, that would be a very nice thing to have. It'd be cool. It would eventually probably gather dust up on the shelf, but in the meantime, I would have so much fun playing with it. Yes, I'm still a big kid. I'm 50 years old, but it's like I'm still a big kid. What can I say? So I hope you figured out the movie that I'm talking about by now. We are going to be talking about Transformers 1. Now, for those of us in my age group, us Gen Xers here, we remember the Transformers cartoon that came out, like the first one, and then there's been another one since then as well. And so, but they never, I don't know, I just couldn't quite get into those as much. And so I came into this with a really skeptical mind and just very trepidatious, going, okay, what are they really going to show us in this one? What I did not expect is where this one brought us. I did not expect that at all, like not even close. Now, why am I saying it like that? It's because this one just really blew me away, like full on. I was, like I said, I was not expecting the story to be like this one was at all. Now, mind you, that being said, I mean, it's not like one of the best movies I've ever seen, but it was really well done. And the story here is actually a lot simpler of a story than you'd think. I mean, at one point, the Autobots and the Decepticons didn't really have those monikers. It was the Primes, and then the Sentinel, of course, Sentinel Prime. But then you had all of the basically layers of the levels of robots and stuff, from the meek guys that are basically taking care of the trash chute all the way up to Megatronus and Sentinel Prime. Sorry, that's what I was trying. Basically, the matrix of leadership and all the different tiers of that. And so at this point in this movie, we don't actually see Optimus Prime or Megatron or any of these other ones, at least not the way that you think, because they weren't just like these powerful robots from the very beginning. They kind of had to start at the bottom, and it's kind of funny because the two biggest enemies of each other, with the Autobots and Decepticons, at one time they were like brothers. They were almost best friends, and this story is their story. It's how they started in literally the trenches of Cybertron, and they worked their way up, and they broke every rule imaginable. And we get to meet a lot of Transformers that we've never really met before, and we see a lot of names that we haven't seen in a long time, and that's really cool too. And I'm wondering, where are they going to go from this? Are they going to pick it up here and go further? It's just, this is riding with them, and it's this whole adventure as they go through this. And it's just, there was a line in here that I really liked. It said, freedom and autonomy are the rights of sentient beings. Now, as you all know, I am pro-life completely on that. So that's not the autonomy that I'm referring to. I'm just referring to the autonomy of like what's going on here in the movie. But if you are looking for something fun to watch with your kids or your grandkids, nieces, nephews, kids you're babysitting for, etc., this one is one that you're going to enjoy as much as they do. And I'm trying to remember, I think this one's on Paramount Plus, but I'm sure you can rent it digitally, even on like Prime Video or anything like that. But this one was in the theater, and it surprisingly wasn't in the theater around, at least where I'm at. It wasn't here for very long. So I'm assuming a lot of people were very trepidatious about the idea of a Transformers cartoon movie. And like I was, I mean, I went into this kind of going, do I really want to watch this? And I walked out just going, that was a lot better than I expected. I mean, and I was just standing around talking to people, and basically everybody that I talked to went into it like the same mindset I had. They're like, we're big Transformers fans, but insert reason why they didn't want to see this movie, but they're so glad that they did. You're probably wondering score-wise where I'm at on this. With Transformers 1, I may surprise a few people to let you know that I'm at a 6.25 out of 10 on the Deputy scale. There was a few little things. I was really surprised this did not go woke, which is another concern that I've had that I've seen in some of the other movies. And yes, eventually I promise I will get around to reviewing all of the newer the Transformers movies that have come out in the last 20 years. And even the ones older than that. It's like, yeah, the Transformers, they've been around for a long time. And they're going to be around for a long time because they are literally for all ages. Whether you are 3 or 103, you are going to enjoy playing with Transformers. And you don't have to be 3. If you're younger than that, it's probably maybe not a good idea because there's pieces that you could probably break off and swallow if you're less than 3. So just on a safety purpose there. Well, so I hope that you have enjoyed this kind of sort of review where I'm talking about the movie and talking about its pluses. Its minuses are that there's some parts of the story that don't completely explain themselves, where you're kind of left wondering, and we don't know if there's going to be another movie coming up or what's happening with all of that. I will say, if you watch this, be sure to stick around for the credits and post-credits, because there is a mid-credit bonus scene and a post-credit bonus scene that I can guarantee you don't want to miss, and that kind of fill in a few of the gaps of some of the questions left unanswered. But again, we're still left with more questions. So That's why I did come in at a 6.25 out of 10 on the deputy scale. I hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed this. I know I have. And I am looking forward to talking to you soon about the new ones coming out this weekend. So stick around. You don't want to miss a moment. Bye-bye.